ace is here, and everyone folds, right? Then a long stretch where I don't play a hand, apparently. 6-7 suited, gotta raise that one. Some guy flats. I get a really good flop. Obviously I c-bet here. He calls. I get a really good turn card in the sense that I can represent ace king and stuff really well. It's going to be really hard for him to have a strong hand. So I think this is a really mandatory super ABC 3-barrel spot. Whatever the river card is, if he calls here, I'm just going to barrel every single river except possibly an ace. I think he's going to have a weak ace here, fair bit, and he should fold it to 3 barrels. I might even like overbet the river if he calls. He calls. Well, I actually do hit the straight. If this was a 10 or like whatever card almost, I think I'd bet like close to the pot or possibly even over the pot if I had reads. Here, let's go for a pretty standard value bet, and he folds. But like I said, I think he's gonna fold the river almost every time. Every time when I bet. Here, Jack 10 suited. Oh yeah, I remember this. This was a really weird hand, sort of. This guy was like really needy on stats. Like he played that last hand, and this was like one of his first opens, and it's just like the kind of a spot where I just like click call without thinking usually, and like I still sort of don't know what's optimal. I end up actually folding. It's pretty hilarious because I think I check raised this as a bluff a fair bit. Like if I call and he barrels, like I just have to fold on like virtually every single turn card because he's so tight that I just don't think he's ever gonna barrel a worse hand. Like a case could be made for calling here, but I don't have position. So what kind of sucks is that if he has air, he can check back and then get the 4th diamond, still making me fold. There's just like so few good things that can happen. He's c-betting fairly big, and like I don't know, something about this just made me fold this. I know it's a pretty ridiculous fold, and I'm not even saying it's a good one. It probably even isn't. But again, it's just like I'm staying away from trouble. We are so ridiculously deep, and I'm just gonna rape this whenever the antis kick in. Here, LQ opens on the gun. He opens pretty small. I don't know what he has. Probably not a very strong hand. I could 3-bet here as well, but I just flat. I think it's like you can do whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. Just don't fold. LK c-bets. This is a really superb flop to just raise, so I just like almost snap click raise without thinking. Like I know I got some showdown value, but all cards almost are bad for me. My range wants to raise this because I'm just gonna have the straight, all sets, like strong flush throws, stuff like that here. It's gonna be really hard for him to rebluff here. It's a really good spot to raise. If he calls, I'm just gonna barrel every single turn card. Except, yeah, actually, I'm gonna barrel every turn card, I think. He calls. At this point, I think he probably has like a pair. He could even have top pair here, but obviously easy game. I hit the 6, but even if I didn't, I just like go 3 barrels here every time. He checks. I bet like pretty standard size bet. So like whatever this card is, even if it was like the deuce of diamonds, I bet the same amount and bet the river. He calls again. The river is a bit of a silly card. Like now I'm definitely not gonna get value, and I think I actually probably end up checking this back. No, I bet for value. Yeah. I mean, it's obviously it is a value bet. If I was playing bad, I might check this back. But like, I'm just not gonna get value almost anything. I don't think he's gonna call me there almost ever, because like he's just gonna have top pair or an over pair really often, I think, and he just can't really call. We know history. Here I flat with 8s. I could 3-bet as well. Yet it's so deep that I think flatting is probably fine. You could like even fold against a good player. I'd fold like, I don't know, like 60s maybe. 8s I think play a bit too well to fold. I flop a set. This was like almost immediately after the other hand, so this is a really good flop. A good spot for me to check raise value. I don't think I'd really check raise bluff here so soon after the previous hand, but it just folds. Here, Queen Jack, obviously I open. Against 2. This guy was a reg actually. He's a reg, he's a random guy. Obviously I c-bet. I think my size is bad. I should make it bigger, like 500. He calls. I screw this up even harder because I just check this back. I got no idea what I'm doing. Don't ask. This is like a really super bad check back. Ace river, I could maybe bet for value here still, because like this against the reg, I'd bet for value on the river, because that's the kind of card that everyone always like represents, but never actually almost ever has. So I think I should have this value bet there. Well, I don't know. I guess the fish he might actually have the edge pretty often. So yeah, that's like really badly played hand by me. But again, it doesn't matter that much. We are just so deep.